Well, it's the end of 2022 and I've taken a look at a lot of science this year. Especially a lot of science about Mario. I don't know if you noticed. The science of Mario Kart, the science of Mario 3D World, and the science of Luigi's Mansion. All of which have been a lot of fun to do, but next year, maybe I'll take it a bit easier on Mario, besides the Mario movie when that comes out. But in any case, it has been a lot of fun to produce videos this year, and I hope that you've enjoyed all of them. If you want to catch up on this year's videos, then take a look at the playlist in the corner, where you can find a science of for 2022. This time last year, we had a science video looking at giant snowmen. But seeing as we're on the other side of Christmas this time, let's finish the year off with a bang and return to Minecraft to take a look at some very pixelated fireworks. Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of The Science Of, the show where I take a look at the science behind your favourite games, shows and more. Today, we're having a New Year's bash with blocks, creepers and explosions, normally in that order, as we return to the science behind Minecraft, to take a look at the science behind Minecraft and more specifically, its fireworks. The final flourish behind a whole host of big builds, adventure maps and parkour successes. These combustible marvels were first added in Minecraft all the way back in December 2012, 10 years ago as of writing this video. The firework rockets were introduced in Java version 1.4.6, alongside enchanted books, the Thorns enchantment, and a firework star. Minecraft's fireworks are pretty simple to put together, with the most basic firework being craftable from paper and gunpowder. These fireworks launch into the air majestically when fired and results in, well, nothing. In order to get the big kaboom expected of fireworks, you need to incorporate what Minecraft calls a firework star. These firework stars cause the rocket to explode into a colourful collection of sparkles, dependent on the effects given to the firework star during crafting. You can provide your firework with one of 16 different colours and a wide variety of explosion effects and shapes to make your Minecraft celebrations go off with a bang. But did you know? Owing to the different combinations of colours and effects, there are a total of 29.6 quintillion unique firework stars, which is a pretty staggering number. And if you wanted to pack some chests with all of these unique firework stars to show off to your pet cat, you would need 548 quadrillion, 148 trillion, 148 billion, 148 million, 148,000, and 160 chests. Why, I could throw them away whenever I wanted! Isn't that right, Mittens? Today, we're going to take a look at how fireworks are made in the real world and see how different coloured sparks are produced alongside some of their special effects. When it comes to aerial fireworks, you might be a bit surprised when I tell you it's not as simple as grabbing some gunpowder, grabbing some paper, wrapping it up like a Christmas present and setting it on fire to get it launched into the air. Whilst firework rockets can have all sorts of different effects upon exploding, most of them will have the same basic structure. The firework will usually have a container made out of paper, linked to a fuse that will allow the shell to reach a safe height before exploding. A bursting charge is made out of gunpowder, and all throughout the firework there are firework stars, surprisingly similar to Minecraft fireworks plus a fuse, meaning that if you were to try and make a firework based on the Minecraft recipe, it would probably explode way too close to the ground and set your prize pig on fire. These firework shells are normally launched from short pipes filled with a lifting charge of powder. This lifting charge also lights up the shell's fuse, which will keep them burning as the shell gets further and further into the sky. When the fuse burns down and hits the bursting charge inside the shell will explode, and the explosion simultaneously pushes all the firework stars out in all directions and ignites those too, producing the characteristic sparks that you see. But let's focus on these firework stars for a moment, because they really are key to the fireworks not only producing different coloured sparks, but also controlling the shapes the sparks form and how they fall. Let's start by seeing how different colours of firework star are produced. Whilst in Minecraft many of the dyes included in fireworks come from plant life, in your everyday firework different combinations of minerals are used to provide different coloured sparks. You see, when the atom of a specific mineral are excited by heating or by applying an electrical field, those minerals' electrons are moved from their ground state, their state of rest, to a higher energy level. Over time, these electrons will lose their energy and return to rest at their ground state, following clearly defined paths according to quantum probabilities. And dependent on the difference in energy, a photon, a light particle, will be emitted with a specific energy. The photon's specific energies correspond to specific wavelengths of light, and as such it produces very specific colours. In fact, this energy level is so specific that scientists can use them like a fingerprint for each mineral and produce line emission spectrums. So for example, if you burn some copper, you will get a bright blue flame. Burn some calcium, you'll get an orange flame, sodium yellow flame, and so on and so on. But this brings up the question, can you do this with plant life? And more specifically, could you use the plants outlined in Minecraft to get sufficient levels of minerals for a firework? I'm guessing not, but who knows, I might get a pleasant surprise. First of all, we have the poppy and rose, which both produce a very distinct red flame. With fireworks, the most common mineral used for a red spark is strontium. Now, it's not impossible to extract strontium from roses or poppies, or really any plant life, as strontium tends to be absorbed into plants from the soil. But it's absorbed in such minute amounts that you won't get very far in making red sparks by shoving some poppies with some gunpowder into a rocket. Now, if I'm completely honest with you, I'm not at all surprised that flowers don't burn the same colour as their petals. And that's down to the red coloration in roses being caused by a chemical called anthocyanins. And these mainly consist of rings of hydrocarbons called benzene ring. Seeing as these rings are mainly made of carbon, they're going to burn with a bright orange flame. The same with pretty much all life on Earth, considering that it's all carbon based. But this also brings up the question as to whether any of the Minecraft dyes would also work in a fireworks star. The most likely of these is lapis lazuli. Lapis is made up of 3 distinct minerals: lazurite, calcite and pyrite. Lazurite is the most essential component of lapis lazuli and gives it its iconic blue colour, so it should turn into a pretty blue flame, right? Well, unfortunately not. Whilst lazurite can be used in both painting and cloth dyeing to produce a blue colour, when you try to burn it, not much will happen. Okay, so how about calcite? Calcite is a very widely distributed mineral that's well known for developing a wide variety of crystals. And it's not exactly rare, forming about 15% of the Earth's sedimentary rocks. Calcite is a combustible material, but it won't produce blue sparks, and will instead produce a yellowish red flame, often called brick red. Okay, so no luck by way of producing a wave of blue sparks yet, but who knows, maybe pyrite will be the lucky mineral that gives us our blue fireworks. Now, pyrite's an interesting mineral. Despite being known as fool's gold, pyrite is the most likely mineral to produce a blue flame. Whilst the iron component of pyrite would produce a bright yellow-orange flame when burnt, the sulfur component would produce a very vivid blue flame when set ablaze. Which is great, because we can finally get a blue firework, providing that we can take the sulfur out of the lapis, which would take a large amount of time, definitely more than just slamming it onto a crafting table. But with Minecraft's blue fireworks, it would definitely be easier to just mine out some copper ore and slam that into your fireworks star instead. Finally give Minecraft's copper some good use. But there is a pretty significant downside to burning pyrite. As pyrite consists of both iron and sulfur atoms, this means that when it's burnt, sulfur dioxide is formed, and this can mix with the air to produce acid rain. Not exactly ideal, but hey, we've got some nice fireworks. So now we know that all the fireworks in Minecraft shouldn't be blowing up in all colours of the rainbow. We should at least be able to get some of the effects that they have. I mean, it's only a tail and some glitter, it can't be that difficult, can it? Unlike the colours where there are 6 different choices, for the additional firework effects we only really have 2 different options. On one side we have the twinkle and crackle effect, and on the others we have a tail. Now, pretty unsurprisingly, firework manufacturers aren't slamming diamond dust into their fireworks to give them a little extra wow in the form of a tail. But what do they use? Well, for the tails it's actually quite simple. These are just the remaining glowing embers from fireworks that fall slowly through the air, making the waterfall effect. For a firework with a tail that lights up the sky beforehand, you just need to add a few extra minerals to your firework, like charcoal for a gold tail, and titanium or aluminium for a silver tail. Okay, so that seems simple enough, but what about the spark effects produced by glowstone dust? Glowstone is obviously not a real mineral, so ideally it could be anything in there depending on what we require. In real fireworks, it's very common to include metal dust like iron, steel, zinc or magnesium in the firework stars. The metal flakes heat up and cool down, producing the characteristic shimmer. Now that we've established the finer points of firework stars, we know that Minecraft's fireworks are about as effective as, well, popping a poppy in a rocket. Let's take a look at how fireworks produce the multiple different shapes that we see in the sky. In Minecraft we're quite lucky as there are only 5 different shapes of firework: balls, stars, creeper heads and bursts. These are all really easy to put together, and yet for whatever reason they only first started getting used in the 1990s. With firework shapes, all you really need to do is insert a piece of cardboard in the shape of whatever you want your explosion to look like into your firework shell. Arrange the firework stars in a pattern around your stencil, and then the cardboard insert will force the stars to explode outwards in that pattern. So in theory, all we need to do is grab a creeper stencil, stick our firework stars to the outside of it, and let it fly to make our iconic creeper shaped fireworks. So there we go. Whilst your favourite Minecraft fireworks will definitely go off with a bang, they might not be as colourful as you might expect in the real world. But you might at least be able to get a few crackles out of it. Definitely not the rainbow of colours and effects that you get from real world fireworks, and unusually one of the very few situations where the Minecraft world is less interesting than the real thing. But who knows, come Minecraft 1.20 onwards, we might get a fireworks update, with something more interesting than the rocket. I'd love to see some Catherine wheels, Roman candles, or even some sparklers. But that's all for the signs of 2022. Let's look forward to the signs of 2023, where I'm going to be very busy. I'm starting my PhD in January, and of course I'll be streaming over on twitch.tv/Togglejam whenever I get the free time. And finally, you can of course expect regular updates from this channel every 2 to 3 weeks. And if there are any topics or franchises that you'd like me to take a look at, then tell me in the comments down below. I can't wait to take a look at more science next year, and hopefully we'll also be able to take a look at some more of the science behind shows, movies, and other YouTube channels. As always, if you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to help combat the ever-changing and frustrating YouTube algorithm, then make sure you share the video to help my channel grow. If you have any scientific subjects or topics that you'd like to see me cover in the future, then please tell me in the comments down below. As well as that, follow me on Twitter to get updates on the latest science of videos, and join my Discord for chats about science, gaming and more. But until then, this has been the Science of Minecraft. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. If you're looking for game-based content, then you can join me over on Twitch, where I live stream 3 times a week playing all manner of games suggested by the community. Or if you want to support the channel even further, then you could also